Have you ever had a voice in your head that you just couldn't shake? The voice that says, you really should do this thing. That relentless, insufferable voice that creeps back in every time life just isn't going your way. To whisper sweet nothings of the endless possibilities of your potential. Well, I don't know about you, but I've been hearing that voice for the past 20 years. And I think, I think I'm ready to heed it. For well over a decade, this guitar has been somewhat of a pipe dream. What started as a basic traditional guitar spiraled out of control for years until I finally landed on this design. I'll start by squaring up the lumber. I'm using white ash for the top. I love the look of a wire-brushed open grain finish, and I think the grain pattern in this board is stunning. It's a little weighty, but this guitar will have a deeply carved top, so it will probably be fine. Foreshadowing? I hope not. For the back, I'll use a more modern innovation. Bamboo. Material sustainability is important to me. Bamboo has the opposite problem with traditional woods. It grows faster than we use it. It's both lighter and harder than maple, so it should make for a very tough and stable guitar. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Old School Makerspace in San Antonio for really making this guitar happen at all. Without access to well-maintained tools that I really have no place for, I don't know how this would have been possible. So, thank you, OSM, and thank you, Robert. Now that the pieces are squared up and straight, it's time to get them glued together. For the top and back, I'll just be using wood glue. While building a blank is usually relatively trivial, the overall glue up is one of the more tedious processes in this particular build, as I'll be using a surprise material. Carbon fiber. Both the body and the neck will have a carbon fiber laminate to provide another layer of rigidity and stability. Also, it's going to look seriously cool. Ultimately, that's why this is a prototype. I have no idea if it's going to work for the neck, but hey, I'm on an adventure to try something different. So what I'm doing here is scoring this carbon fiber sheet in order to break it. This stuff is seriously hard on blades, and I don't want to dull someone else's if I can help it. It's a little more work, but sometimes we just need to make do with what we have. This particular piece is part of the neck. There will be 2 of these in a 7-piece laminate of maple, carbon fiber, and bamboo. That's one down. I'll do the other off camera. At this point, it's been over 24 hours since the top and back of the body were glued up. I'll just clean up some excess glue before heading back to the shop to level them down flush. Here's where this gets a little complicated. And it's a good lesson in making sure you have a plan before you just start making it up as you go along. I spent the time to plan the blueprints of this build before I started, and this one internal feature is why. You see, normally the pickup wiring holes can be drilled in through the neck pocket, but that's not going to work for this one. Instead, I'm going to route this wiring channel before the body blank is glued up. The most important thing here is to make sure everything is properly aligned. This wiring channel is now the index point for everything I do to the body from now on. Also, while new router bits cut like butter, you should still clamp down your workpiece. Don't be like me. It worked out this time, but it wasn't smart. I'll do better in the future. As cool as it is, carbon fiber is kinda gross. I'm prepping this with 80 grit 3M gold sandpaper, but the dust still comes off super fine. Wear a respirator and eye protection when working with this stuff. It's not your friend. I'm also using an old worn out saw to cut some deeper lines to give this carbon fiber sheet the best chance at adhesion. Remember when I said proper alignment is important? Well, that's what's happening here. I have a center line, and I know exactly how far the edge of the neck pocket needs to be from the edge of the blank. That should guarantee that I'm essentially bang on when I cut the pickup and control cavities. And I'll find the wiring channel exactly where I expect to. This carbon fiber sheet is only about an 1/8 inch wider than the body will be, so it's important that it stays exactly where I put it. These screws will index all 3 pieces together and will ensure that everything is right where it's supposed to be when I'm ready to cut and shape the body. I can only use wood glue for a few pieces. Wood glue won't stick to the carbon fiber, so the rest will have to be epoxy together. I'm using West System 105A epoxy resin and 206 slow hardener. Slow is stable, and this has a 3-day cure time, so it should perform very well. It may be obvious that this is my first foray into video. If it's not, well, surprise! I learned a lot in the 2 weeks it took to film and edit the hours of footage I took of this progress. Maybe I'll find my stride soon. In any case, thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I'm told it helps. Hit that little bell icon to know when the next video is posted too. Thanks for joining me on my journey. I hope to see you next time.